Race war, black or white. Whose side are you on? That's what the media wants you to believe. I'll take you through the top stories that you see today. George Floyd protest in Minneapolis, live updates. Live updates, they're really pushing this. They're promoting this. They're teaching you this. They teach us racism. Racism is something that is taught, as I'm going to show you throughout this video. National Guard support request by city to combat violent protest in South Minneapolis. The media is creating this. It's creating this. George Floyd's death sparks protest, live updates. Now I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something pretty amazing. If you watched my other videos, you've seen this before. But it's very clear. Again, I usually show written and physical evidence. So here's physical proof for your eyes. This is Genesis 6:4. I'm just going to read through the highlighted parts in most of the scriptures. This first one, I'm going to take you through the whole thing. Genesis 6:4 of the King James Version. There were giants in the earth in those days and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men. Now, the sons of God came into the daughters of men, okay? After they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. Okay, the famous people, that's what the men of renown means. But let me take you to Genesis 6:4 and to another version of the Bible. Keep in mind, there were giants in the earth in those days. Here is the American Standard Version. The Nephilim were in the earth in those days. So you take it to another version, it says that the giants were the Nephilim. Some people know this, some people don't. If you read the Bible, if you just read one version of the Bible, you won't know this. Some Bibles say giants / Nephilim, and they'll say it within the same sentence that the giants are the Nephilim. You won't find that in the King James Version of the Bible. You just find the word giants. Okay, so they were in the earth in those days, also after that. Again, they're called the sons of God, came into the daughters of men. Take you on to the same scripture. This is Genesis 6:4, Living Bible. Those days and afterwards, evil beings from the spirit world were sexually involved with human women. Okay, now it's saying that evil beings from the spirit world, and that replaces, just like they're saying that the Nephilim were involved, says that the giants were involved. Okay, now these are evil spirit world beings. They're evil spirits that we're up against. I'm going to take you, this is other just versions of Genesis 6:4. Okay, they're the warriors of renown, the heroes, the giants. Nephilites lived. That's what they are. They're Nephilites. And as these warring nations came together, I don't know if they're all considered under Nephilites at this point as they joined together, because I told you about in the previous videos, Nephilim, Anunnaki, how they had wars against each other, but maybe they did all join together to become Nephilites to fight against us. I'm not for certain, not specific, as far as my knowledge of it. Okay, so they're the mighty men of old, the men of renown. They're the ones in those days afterward. They're here. They're the heroes of old, heroes of today. And racist. Racist is the word that came as far as an elder Jew. An elder Jew would look on to only his people, and he would be racist. That they are the ones. Racism. That's where it comes from. It's an thousands of year old term. And when you hear racist, what it is about blood. It's about the positive blood, which are the children of Israel, and then you have the negative blood, and the negative blood are the Nephilim. They have direct lines, Rh negative bloodline. That's the purest that you get that we're up against, and us pure positive blood. We are in a war. We're not aware of the war, and I'm going to show you a little bit as we go into this video of what we are up against. Now, this is Genesis 1:21 through 1:25. This is the King James Version of the Bible that I'm taking you through. And God created whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind. Okay, there was another that was there. And every winged fowl after his kind. Okay, so the winged fowls are his kind, and the whales, the mammals, are their kind. Take you into 125. Again, this is King James Version of the Bible. God made the beast of the earth after his kind, cattle after their kind. Again, the mammals, their kind. Everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. Everything that creeps, like reptiles and insects, are after his kind. Very important to know, especially when you're watching through these videos. Now, I'm going to show you this here is the family of the man that was killed in Minneapolis. They want redemption for his death. The police officers being fired, they're saying in this video, isn't enough. I'm going to take you through the whole video, but what it is, you look at her, okay? They do transformations right in front of us. Where I first learned about this from was Netflix. There was a video that I watched many years ago, and he said, you can find these aliens by watching their videos, slowing them down. He was a film director, and I couldn't tell you what the video is, and it was just, by a chance that I watched it just flicking through Netflix. But it was something that I did pick up on, and the few things that I did find before I had a reporter's eyeball flip in the back of his head and a couple different things. But this is some amazing stuff that you're going to see in this one. Going to this next photo, see how her face is like transforming like a reptile. Go into the next one, look at how they're all deformed. But look at the back. The back is all perfect. The man in the back that they're filming is perfect. The guy next to him is perfect too. The 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 poles, the archway, the elevator in back, the door in back, everything is imperfect, but they're deforming. Why? Because they're spirit beings. And look at this. This in the middle, it looks like there's an angel coming out of this woman's face, or some type of a spirit, and it looks like it has wings, two white wings. I'll take that a little bit closer into this picture here. Look, it looks like there's wings coming off, and it's like a woman with an extended arm. And then you go down, it looks like there's a wicked face in the middle, something crazy. And again, you're going to watch this whole video at the end. All right, on to these next ones here, more of the same. Crazy, crazy look, and this is how it distorts. And then look, it distorts into this beast. The guy in the red shirt, he glitches constantly throughout the whole video. You can watch him, you'll see him glitch crazy, abnormally, of course, to our understanding, over and over throughout this video. This guy here, his forehead starts coming out, and everything else is staying the same around them, except these people. And it's like they're implanted, but they are implanted. They're spirit beings. At the very beginning of the video, too, watch the guy in the red. You'll see his ear. It shifts and goes up to the side of his head and like disappears. In this image here, you can see it's kind of sticking up. It's not in the right spot, obviously, in that image. But going to this next one here, half his head disappears. And again, you're going to see this throughout the video, all these images. What they're looking to do, this is the Nephilim looking to have us fight against each other, saying, hey, it's black skin versus white skin, okay, but you're positive blood, okay, it's the Rh negative bloodline that wants to lead us to war. And if you need more evidence, I have more videos online for you to watch. And please, all of you that do watch this video and do understand, please, what I also want you to know is that the word Jew has a root word from Judean. What a Judean is an original inhabitant of the land. The original inhabitant of this land were the Nephilim. They were the giants. If you read the beginning of the Bible, starting in Numbers, where Moses assembles the children of Israel to go and take over the land of the giants, the Canaanites. Okay, they go in and they slaughter the giants. And notice in this video, when he talks about his brother, he says that he was a gentle giant. And something to grab onto. It's the Nephilim.
Let's talk about what's going on. Both the FBI, the Minnesota Department of Public Safety are investigating George's death. The 4 officers involved have been fired, which the mayor of Minneapolis said was the right call. But is that enough for your family, Philonise?
No. Not at all. I love my brother. Everybody loves my brother. Knowing my brother is to love my brother. They could have tased him. They could have maced him. Instead, they put their knee in his neck and just sat on him and didn't care at all. He screamed, "Mama, mama, I can't breathe. I can't breathe." And they just didn't care. So I just don't understand what more we got to go through in life, man. They didn't have to do that to him. He's a gentle giant. He don't hurt anybody. He give his last to anybody. They didn't care. They treated him worse than they treat animals, and I wouldn't treat animals like that. They took a life, now they deserve life. I don't feel sorry for them. They hurt me and they hurt my family. I can't take nothing back. I can't get my brother back. They at home, they sleep, they with their wives, they got kids. If something like that happened to them, they'll be just like me. I just don't know what's going on now.
So firing them is a good start, but we want to see justice for our family. And we want to see them charged. We want to have them arrested. They need to be charged with, because what they did was murder. And almost the whole world has witnessed that because somebody was gracious enough to report it.
The connection, we lost it for a second. You said you want to see them charged. Did you say charged with murder? Is that what you said?
We want to see them charged with murder. And we want them to be convicted. We want them arrested. They need to pay for what they did. He didn't deserve what happened to him. And they didn't do anything to help him. They were supposed to be there to serve and to protect. And I didn't see a single one of them lift a finger to do anything to help. While he was begging for his life, not one of them tried to do anything to help him. That I didn't see. What I did see was murder. And that's what I want them to be arrested and charged and convicted for.
Ben, I haven't forgotten about you, so hold on. I'm not going to forget about you. I just want to continue on with the family just for a little bit. Okay. So, Rodney, hold up that's your brother's photo, right?
Yes, it's him.
Rodney's holding up his brother's. Yeah, I can see it. It's got a little bit of a glare on it. If you can just bend it down, there you go. And you guys have a house full there. Who all is there with you, helping you get through this?
Family. All my nieces, my cousins, we're all here. It's just like my wife. It's just like my brothers and sisters. They all like that to me. It's bigger than the nieces and stuff like that and cousins. We all come up together.
We put the picture up that you're holding up, so we had it up on screen. So you're good, Rodney. Okay. The reason I ask is because, you know, I said that we had we had two viruses that's infecting America strongly right now, and that is COVID and racism. COVID-19, racism 20. Can you explain to America when people protest over criminal justice and police brutality and racism, can you explain, as someone who's going through this, as someone who's dealing with it, to America, what that feels like and why people are out there protesting for the very thing that happened to your loved one?
I think, frankly, people are really tired of seeing this happen time and time again, and we're just not seeing justice for these people who are losing their lives, and it just shouldn't happen. And so I think a lot of people can't get angry about it until it touches them or it's their family member. But what we're seeing is people at large are really tired of seeing this happen and justice not being served.
Benjamin Crump, in the initial police statement said that they were able to get the suspect into handcuffs and noted that he appeared to be suffering medical distress. Without this video, do you think what happened to George would have come to light? And let me preface that, because they're saying that he died at a hospital. There are witnesses who are on social media and who are contacting, and I don't know which one. That's what police are saying that they believe that he died there at the scene. So, do you think he died at the hospital? Do you think he lost his life at the scene? And do you think that this would have come to light without this video?
Well, Don, we know that he went unconscious at the scene. And it's important to note, Don, on my Instagram and Facebook at Attorney Crump, there is new surveillance video from a restaurant that shows you George Floyd's demeanor. And you look at that video for yourself, it doesn't seem like he was posing a threat to these police officers, and they did not have to use this lethal, excessive force for somebody who they was investigating for a nonviolent forgery charge. I mean, we are seeing I Can't Breathe again in 2020. And it's so much worse because, Don, it's not 1 minute, it's not 2 minutes, it's not 3 minutes, it's not 4 minutes, it's not 5 minutes, it's not 6 minutes, it's not 7 minutes, it's not 8 minutes. It is over 9 minutes. They have a man begging for his life with a knee of a police officer on his neck, and nobody offers him any humanity. I would ask that people take a stopwatch and put it for 9 minutes and just try to imagine George Floyd struggling for breath, struggling for life. How is this not murder?
If you, just about the length of this interview is the time that he was begging to breathe and for the police officer to take his knee off of his neck. Benjamin, I want to thank you, but I want to give the family the last word here. What would you like to say about George?
I would like to say we need justice for my brother. They need to be convicted of murder. And basically do not let it for 25 years in jail. It needs to be murder. And I know he'll say the same for me. He would go all the way to the end. I'm not going to take my foot off these folks' neck for doing what they done. Because this is, I can imagine my brother would not even be able to sleep at night if this happened to me. And it hurts me deep.
At this time, this it's like when my mother, like the time my mother passed away around this time. She's been dead for like 2 years now. He loved my mom. And for him to be calling my mom all like that, that meant a lot to me, just sitting there, because he loved my mom. He wasn't the same when she passed away. Yeah. He wasn't the same. Nobody was the same. We loved my mom. We loved him. And they took him away. That was my mom's freak of nature. She would say that all the time. I want to see my freak of nature. He's a gentle giant. They took him away from us. They on the ground for over 10 minutes, just with the knee in his neck. The man couldn't breathe. They broke his neck. They didn't care.
And you know what? Again, we say neck, but that knee was on his throat. Windpipe. We got to call it like it is. And I'm tired of this just crying on TV, and this hurts all of us deeply. And you know, look, we just need murder, complete charge them with what they done. Because you know what? They need to go home to their family, like my brother said earlier. We don't get to see our family. We don't get to see him. We don't get to see his family. This upset the whole community where you're from in Houston and, you know, family indeed. And this hurts me that I am crying on TV. Another black family going through this nonsense while they're at home sitting with their wives and kids laughing because they done killed another black man. You know, it's senseless. They need to be convicted of murder. And it's, man, you know what? Just do y'all job. Real job.
Well, Rodney, I want to thank you, Tara. Thank you, Philanese, and Benjamin Crump.
What's your problem? I said, what's your problem?
How are you today, sir?
Okay, how's it going?
Fine, thank you. Thank you, sir.